Alright guys, we are back and you can kind of tell what I'm doing. I'm right here next to a beehive out in the middle of nowhere. I'll show you where this one spawned in. It's kind of right behind this ranch. I've had good luck here in the past for beehives. And I went a little too far, but anyway, I did find a beehive. I want to get a second beehive going, may as well. I mean, one beehive is pretty good. I don't really need the cash, but I kind of want a second beehive. And yeah, now we've got a second one, and over there is actually a third one. It seems like they spawn in clusters, so I'm gonna run over to this one real quick. I gotta go back and get the smoker because you don't have a inventory in this game. Yeah, but whenever I find one hive, I seem to find at least another one, maybe even 2 or 3 more. So it's good to check the area when you finally find one. Because, yeah, it's a good way to get beehives once you finally find where a cluster of them have spawned. And they do usually spawn in clusters. That right there, that's 2 just almost instantly. And you can run around for a long time and never find one. So once you do find one, make sure that you check the surrounding area. I wouldn't even looked at this tree out here all by itself, but it did have one. Pretty nice. I'm going to try to get enough for a full hive. I'm going to check the rest of these trees in the immediate area because, like I said, they usually spawn in clusters. And I do want to get another full hive, so let's see. Hive box, that is. Little B-frame box. And right now I'm not seeing another one in the absolute immediate area. Trying to get close to these trees because they're not always facing the right way for you to see the hive, but you might hear it. Let's go ahead and I've got them back there, so I'll hear them. Here, let's do this. I also can't see them if I've got those back there. Alright, let's just check the ones in this immediate area. I came to this ranch particularly because I've had good luck with beehives in the past. And yeah, I found 2 instantly back here, which is pretty good since I've only just started searching. I just came straight to this ranch and started driving through all the trees. And I made it to the back here and found 2 very quick. Which, you know, you can drive around for a long time. I mean, an hour plus in this game and not see one beehive. So coming back here and finding 2 instantly does show that this is a good hotspot for bees. At least in that little area up there. I'm gonna go ahead and drive up here, even though I've never had luck up here. I may as well check. Doesn't hurt. I do want to check the areas around that. You know what? Just run up here and see if it's worth taking the car up here. Because even if it's just one, since you gotta run back to the car to get the bee smoker and the hive, it's worth taking the car up here, even if it's a little slower than on foot, because that's 4 trips on foot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that there's any beehives up here, but you don't know until you get up here and look. I think after this I'm going to check the area behind my own ranch. I didn't even check back there. That's another spot that I've had good luck. Yeah, beehives are a pain in the ass in this game, but they do make pretty decent money. I just wish you could like colonize empty hives in the same hive. Colonize empty frames in the same hive as long as you got at least 1 active hive, but then you'd only have to come out here and find 1 beehive and you'd be set. Hey buddy. Oh god, I gotta reload. Damn it, you gotta reload every time you load a new save in this game. I don't even know if I'm going to get your meat because it's a pain in the ass to get up here, and I am not strapped for cash. 30k, not bad. Let's see, I haven't seen a single beehive up here. This was a huge waste of time. If I was doing the quest, the predators, because those coyotes do count as a predator, that would have been pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not doing that quest anymore. I don't even think I can take it again because I already have the hunting rifle. So yeah, this was a waste of my time. Checked a lot of trees up here. I'm kind of lost as to how I got up here. I think there's a way back up, down over there that I came up. Yeah, no bees up. Rah. Maybe don't even check it if you got a trailer. If you got the truck or maybe even this car and you can drive up here easier, it might be worth looking. But I looked on foot, didn't see nothing. And all I managed to do was shoot a coyote that I'm not even worried about trying to drive up there or run back with what is that, a cooler, just because, you know, he's not worth it. He's not worth a lot of money. I think he only gives you like 2 or 3 wild meat. Not worth that much, not worth our time at this point in the game. Earlier in the game, in the beginning, it was worth it to go after animals, but now wild meat just doesn't sell for enough to even be worth it, and we're so flush with cash. And I mean, I could collect the cars and spend my money on that, but I'm not much of a collector, and I got the car that I like the best, and with this trailer it's pretty badass, so I don't really need any new cars, and I'm not into collecting. I like my carport the way it is, and that's just how it is. Okay, let's see if we can find another hive real quick. Like I said, they spawn in clusters, and I think I found that cluster. I might be wasting my time continuing back here, but I'm going to check more of these trees. I wish I knew how many were spawned in on the map at the same time, because if there's only like 2 or 3 spawned in at once on the map, then finding 2, I may as well just not even bother until I quit and reload the game again. But you never know. I've seen like 3 or 4 in a row in one little cluster before. So you never know until you get out here and look. Well, I'm actually not seeing any over here, so I will bring you guys back when I find another one. I'm probably going to head to the back of my own ranch. Because, yeah, these things are a pain in the ass to find. Alright guys, it's morning. I didn't find any more beehives back in there. So we're back at the ranch today. I went ahead and milked the goats and started some cheese out of them, and it's time to pick the tomato plants. 10 of them will get you a full basket. Now I won't have a full basket the next time because that one died, but they are pretty hardy. All 10 survived the first and I think second pick, which is pretty good. I feel like I got lucky, or they're just more hardy than other plants. More than likely I just got lucky. 40 potatoes or tomatoes, and that takes all of them. I got another deal there. I got some eggs there for what I'm about to do. Let's see, that'll almost do all of them. I think I can. There's some pig shit here. I can probably get enough to fertilize all the tomatoes next time. Damn it, fat bastard. Get inside before I shoot you. Oh my god, I hate these damn pigs. I'm about to blow his brains out right here in front of everyone to make him run off. We do have one female. I went ahead and took out the other female I saw. Right now it seems like that's the only female, and that's the way I want to keep it. Yeah, until she drops a litter, and then there will be no females until that litter grows up. Where did I put that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that damn pig got in my way, and he tried it again. I was too fast for him that time. These guys are really annoying. As soon as you open a door, they want to bolt out of it right through you. You can't get in, but they can push you the hell out of the way. See, yeah, that'll give us just enough to be able to fertilize all the tomatoes. So I'm gonna take this and leave it by the tomatoes. I don't really want to wait for it because we are going to do something else today. In the last couple of episodes, if you remember, we got some beef cows. Well, guess what time it is? We do have a second bull now, and she is pregnant once again by one of these bulls. So let's go ahead and get out here. Let's head over to the beef cows. As you can see, this is one of our bulls right here. And then over there's the older bull, and he's the one that we're going to turn into meat. We got another calf there. We got our big female right here. And do I got that? Yeah, I want to go ahead and get her milked. She's already making another one. These seem to be perpetually pregnant. Yep. But we don't need two males, especially when we only got one female, so let's take him out here. Let's turn him into sausage and let's see. God damn it, yeah. If I open the gate, he'll probably just walk right out of it anyway. Yeah, let's get him out. Meow. And let's get him near here where our coolers are, and yep. Hope that was the big one, because now I'm starting to think he was the small one. Oh well. I think I did it right. I might have not. Damn, that's a lot of meat. I think he was the big one. Oh, dog saw that meat. He came running to get him a bite. Well, if he gets him a bite, he'll be on the menu, because hey, I didn't raise this thing to get dog chew all over it, alright? He's got plenty of food in his bowl. He's finally unstuck. He stays stuck on my porch pretty much most of the time. Yeah, you definitely get quite a bit. It's actually more meat per cow than per pig, but they take longer to grow up and longer to breed, so yeah, that is worth it. Let's see, 24 and 12, not too bad. I'm gonna head to the house and I'm going to make these into sausages. Let's see, we don't have a ton of eggs. I could wait till tonight in about 6 hours in game to go ahead and, if I wanted to, what the hell was I talking about? If I wanted to wait for some more eggs, that way I can get a little bit more out of them, but you know what? It doesn't matter to me. The eggs will be put into pork and all sorts of other stuff. That's 12. Does that fit in there? 12. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work out fine. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll set that there for later. And let's see. Open these up. Open that up for quick access. 12. Okay, I need the eggs. Even though I've only got a few, I do want to get these eggs into the mix just to... There we go. Perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the first few, just like always. It's just the same as the pork, but this is beef. It'll look exactly the same. It might just be a slightly different color on everything. I put that in there, hit that, turn that on, put that down before it finishes, grab an egg and do the same thing over and over again until it's out. So I will see you guys when this is all done and we're heading to sell it. Alright guys, we're back, and not all the sausage is ready, but most of it was. I'm still waiting on this to dry. I went ahead and made the second container into meatballs because it's a little quicker than that. I got a chicken meatball because I had a dead chicken for some reason, and I can't fit a full cooler on all these racks, so these are the extra sausages from the first full cooler. Here is the cooler full of beef sausage. I got some pork sausage because I killed one of my pigs a couple days ago because I had 2 females and I only want 1. We got a dill of cheese. And we've still got all of these tomatoes there. I haven't went and sold that. This thing has got some crap in it. I'm gonna go ahead and, while those other meatballs are drying, I'm gonna go ahead and bring y'all along for my morning routine. It's the same as the afternoon routine because things happen kind of twice a day around here. But the first thing I do is I come, and after that, I milk the goats. So there's one, there's two. It's not too bad just having 4 goats, and you get, I think, 5 cheese out of 4 goats. I think that's the perfect number. It's pretty quick. It doesn't take a long time. It's just enough that it's not tedious, which is great. So after that, I finish them up. I go ahead and go straight in the house with this, or put it on the, I'll put it on here and then go in the house. After that, usually about 9, they drop some fertilized eggs. I don't need them right now. I'm not hurting too bad for eggs. I come over after that, and I check on my tomatoes. They are just about ready. I'm not going to mess with it. And then I come over to the beehive. Where the hell's my smoker at? I'm not going to go searching for bees for a little bit, so I don't think I'm going to get that second hive anytime soon, but at least I've got a couple hive frames ready for when I do. Go ahead and load this thing up. It takes a little bit, and then you hit E, comes over here, it fills that up. I think if I remember correctly, it's like 200 bucks every full hive in honey or something like that. It's pretty good money early game, but now late game I really don't need it, so I don't really need to come over here and get this honey anymore, but I may as well. Just, it's part of the routine of early morning. I don't have to do this in the afternoon. They're usually about once a day that I have to do this. If I do it in the morning, it's ready every morning before I go to town to sell stuff, which means I got my bucket back after that. Let's see, I need 4.5 to do all these. Yeah. So there's no point in fertilizing right now. I need another deal of fertilizer. I could go see if the pigs have crapped. They're pretty good at crapping 24/7. Yeah, there's some in there. I might as well go pick that up. And of course they're in my way, and I check this once a day. It's fine right now because I did it right before after dark when nothing should be eating. And there's one. I only saw a couple pieces, so it's not like it was really needed, but I may as well grab it. Let's see, that won't bring me up to what I need, but at least it's out of the way. And if you jump over, you don't have to worry about them trying to get out, which is pretty awesome. Throw that back there. And I don't always make cheese out of the... I'm gonna head by the cattle pen. I don't always make cheese out of that every day. I got 1 cow, so I go ahead and milk it usually twice, maybe 3 times before I make cheese, and I think I've milked her twice already, so this will be the 3rd time. It's time to make cheese out of her, or out of her milk anyway. And after I do all this, I don't always have meat to go turn into sausage, but every day I have cheese to do. So after I'm done with all of this, I go ahead and head back in the house and make some cheese and start drying that. So we'll go ahead and do that right now while we're waiting on our sausage to dry. I mean, after it's dry, I've just got to go to the store and that's 2 out of 3. Let's see, 100%. Yep. So the sausage is ready, and once we get this cheese done, we'll go and sell this off, see what we make. I even got a chicken meatball. Maybe that'll be on special, who knows. You never know what's on special. Sometimes selling the meat alone when it's on special is even better than turning it into this stuff, but at least turning it into this stuff is guaranteed to make you more money. A good amount of money versus the other, it's just kind of, yeah, you might make more money, you might not. Alright, so I'll throw those in there, and that should be all of them. Yes, it is. And I like to put the cow's cheese over here. It's nothing special, it's just out of the way. I don't have to worry about it being in the way because it's, you know, it's just regular cheese, no mold, no egg, no nothing. I should have put eggs in it, but I completely forgot. You know, I'm trying to hurry this along. That way we can get the stuff we want to get done, which is seeing what this beef sausage is worth and beef meatballs and whatnot, because this is our first time, for me anyway, doing the beef. That's our first beef slaughter, and yeah, I want to see what that bowl is worth. So after that, I go ahead and make the goat cheese. If you've watched other episodes, you've seen me do this before, but not everybody has seen every episode. Most of these episodes are like a one-person thing, so that's a thing. Yep. So I'm gonna finish these up. It takes a little bit of time, but it is well worth it because cheese does sell. It sells for a decent amount. It's really worth doing. Why did I do that? Okay, pick that up. Bam, bam. 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 Bang, 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 bang. And I go ahead and chuck these in. I think I've got room down there for one. I'll throw it down there at some point. Yes, sir. This house, you know, if you keep your ranch small, it keeps everything bite-sized, and, you know, you can do all this work and not have to worry about getting overwhelmed. Of course, you could always just have a bunch of stuff and not do everything at 100% efficiency. That's one way to do it. And you know what? I don't really, that's a pretty good way to do it. That way you don't get overwhelmed, because there's no reason to be at 100% efficiency all the time. I've got plenty of money. I don't need the money, so why not? Oh shit, didn't even start that. Damn it. Okay, so in the afternoon, the chickens will lay eggs, so that will be part of my afternoon thing, which, you know, I just swap the honey with the eggs in the afternoon because the chicken lays eggs in the afternoon and honey's ready in the morning. Yeah. It's not a very bad system I've got on down here. It works out pretty well. And it gives me this middle part of the day completely free. I got that. I want to make sure, okay, I'm going to go sell stuff, so I'll make sure I got everything. Throw that there. Throw the eggs up here because I don't want to sell those yet anyway. And let's go ahead and bring the dog to town with us. Yeah. See him. Yep, he's in here with us. We'll take him over there to sell this stuff off. Let's go see how much we'll make. I'm hoping I make bank off of that beef, even though it's so late game that I don't need money anymore. I've kind of built my ranch how I want it. I've got my fence around it. Everything is as I want it to be. And yeah, I really don't need the cash anymore. I could collect the cars, and that would be a good use of the cash that I don't need. Ah, damn it. This is going to be a pain in the ass to get out of here. I don't usually do this, but I'm on camera, so things happen. Alright, I will see you guys at the restaurant. Alright guys, we're here at the restaurant. It looks like I've got everything I need in the sell zone Let's see what all this stuff is going to make us. Do we have anything? No, we don't have anything on multiplier. That's not too bad. Let's see. The pork sausage egg salami is 126. The beef sausage egg salami is 171. That's a pretty good upgrade. Although I still will say the pork is probably the most profitable thing in the game, because even though this is worth more, these things breed like crazy. And I think they grow faster too. So yeah, definitely pork is the way to go for money early game. I will say maybe next time I'll start off with beef, because, well, you do get cheese out of beef too, so that kind of offsets it. Maybe the beef is the way to go, because that's 60 bucks twice a day. That's 120 bucks every day for every heifer you got. That's not too bad. Of course, when you use molds and stuff, that makes that even more profitable. This is just the basic cheese, that as basic as it gets. But got all these items in the back of my truck. That's a $7,800 payday. Bam, bam, bam. Not too bad. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and head back here. I'm gonna organize this stuff best I can, because I like to keep my empty coolers up here and keep my sell stuff at the back. Although usually these coolers don't want to stack very well. I like to stack weird. Like, do you see that? It turned green when I made it not perfect. When you want them perfect, there's like this barely a little bit of room, and if you make them not perfect, they just go up there perfectly, which is kind of weird how that works. Alright, so I'm going to see you guys back at the ranch. Alright guys, we are back at the ranch, and it's time for my afternoon deal. In the afternoon, it's basically the same as the morning, except now I've got eggs to pick up. So first things first, I grab my egg basket off of here. I open this up, I grab all these eggs. This chicken's kind of in the way, but that's alright. 4 of these are fertile because I got 4 roosters, but I don't need all the eggs that I'm getting. Or, well, I could use more, but that's only when I slaughter, and I would have to save baskets at the house, which I do not want to do. After I grab the eggs, I throw them back here because I'm going to use those for cheese making in the house. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to try to clean up what I can from the chicken place. Opening up from the side isn't very good, so I usually leave the back ones until after they go to sleep. If I do even get it at all, I don't always. No real point other than to use this for fertilizer, and I haven't needed the money from those crops in a good long time because I make so much off of sausages and such, and I don't have much to spend the money on anymore anyway, so I'll get what I can from there, and I won't worry about the rest now. So that'll be enough to fertilize our crops one more time. I can go ahead and throw that in there from here. Come on in before they go crazy. Leash the next closest one to me. Leash the next one. And yeah, this is my full day on the farm. I've got a little free time in the middle to do stuff like go and sell, buy stuff, go look for bees and whatnot. Do whatever I want in that time. It's pretty nice to have some free time. Oh, you should always make sure you get free time to do extra stuff. Oh shit, I forgot I had that AC on. I wonder if that's coming through. I looked at the audio, it's only coming through when I'm talking, so I'll keep it on and I'll see in post if that messes with any. What was I doing? I've already got that one. Already got these 3, so keep this one. I kind of got lost there because I forgot about this air conditioner that I got going on. Oh, I did all 4. Sweet. Yeah, it's a little hot out here already. It's April. We get hot right now. It's going to be 91 on Sunday. And it's not the first 90-degree day we've had so far this year. Right, so after that, looks like our tomatoes are all done. So after I do that, I come over here, I deal with the tomatoes. And yep, throw this back over. Meow. Grab that. Bam, 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 bam. A bang, a bang. Can't walk through here, damn it. Oh well, let's get through here. Get rid of the dead ones. Drop that over there. 36 tomatoes. What was I doing? Oh yeah. And then fertilize, 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 fertilize. Drop that back there. How much do I got? Not much left in there, so we're gonna go over here. Check these guys out. I shouldn't have opened that. I'll go in from the front because they're, oh my god, they're at this gate too. Oh well, I made myself an easy way in and out to keep them in. Oh, that's a female. That's not a good sign. Alright. Well, I always come over here and check to see how many females I got, because I only want one to drop a litter right now. Usually it's two, but I'm downsizing the port because I don't need all the cash, so I'm just going to keep one female at a time now from now on. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw this back here, and we're going to cull the herd. Alright, so that's a male. That's a male. That's a female. Well, I know I saw, like, okay, there's two small females there. Three, so I got four females. 1, 2, 3. Now we've just got one left. That's how you keep them in check. Don't let them breed you into the ground, and you'll have a great time with this game. But if you let those pigs overrun, you'll be in Lag City, I tell you what. You know what? I can get that from here. You ain't getting out. Ain't pissing me off. Now, I know that other one was pretty close to dropping a litter, but I don't want to have to deal with pigs very often, so I took one of the smaller ones that'll take her longer to get pregnant, and what was I going to say about it? Oh yeah, and I won't have to worry about culling the herd and such quite so often. So let's go ahead and grab all this meat. That's going to be a lot of meat off of that one. We are going to need at least 2 coolers. I don't know if I'll be able to get all of this one in one cooler. I hope so. Alright, let's take another. There's one female. 2 females. Did I kill a male on accident? We gotta do a little more culling. Can't have that many females running around. Well, that's that for that cooler. Let's go grab another. Wasn't expecting to have to do this. I was hoping the rest would all be males, because I didn't want to deal with this right now, but hey, that's more sausage, more money. Make sure there's one female. Alright, for now, that's the only female. That's the one that's going to get to continue our genetic line here. Not too bad. We got plenty of pork sausage off of these to make it worthwhile. pretty soon these males from the first batch are going to be big enough to need to be made into sausage. But I let the males grow to full size because, well, they won't contribute to population problems. It's a good thing. So, what else was I? Oh yeah, I saw more of this, and I need fertilizer for the tomatoes, and the pigs give out the best fertilizer, and see how often they shit. That's why they're good at making fertilizer and constantly have a fresh supply. Jump this fence and throw this up. Now, head right over. Now, milking the cows, since they're not really made for milk, I don't do that every day, but just to show you. See, I started at 1600, it's almost 2000, but I had to deal with pigs. I usually don't have to do that. I would probably usually already be done, but you know, the pigs have to be dealt with. I do not want to deal with population problems. That's kind of why I took that bull out just as soon as I got another bull, because I don't need population problems. Now, I might keep 2 heifers, but I'm only going to keep 1 bull at a time. So, if that other calf turns out to be a bull, this guy's got to go. If it turns out to be a heifer, they all get to live, and I don't make any more sausage for a while. But after I get 2 heifers and 1 bull, that's my max. That's what I'm going to keep, and once I get over that, the biggest, fattest one's got to go to beef sausage. That's just how it is. That's how you keep from having population problems and it lagging your game out, just making a mess out of everything. This keeps everything bite-sized, and even though everything's bite-sized, you see it's like 10 o'clock, it's dark, and I haven't even made the sausage out of that or the cheese yet. Normally I'd be done with everything, but yeah, I had to deal with the pigs. They took a minute. I hop in my car. I come right up now. And since I already made y'all watch me do cheese and sausage, that's what I'm going to do when I go in the house. I'm going to call this here. This may be the last episode of this game. I went ahead and showed you my daily routine. The last episode, I did the big fence all around. I showed y'all the cows and how good they are. I'm not quite sure if I'll even play this game anymore, but if you liked this episode, if there's an update to this game, I will see you in the next episode.